All I have to say about this episode is the ending just left me saying, oops. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is season 3, episode 14 of If Loving You Is Wrong. And like I said, you're going to have to wait with me till the end, like I waited till the end and wonder why I was just oops. Just let's talk about it. Okay, so this whole Travis and Kelly thing is still going on. So he got her up in the car, and between the bad acting, the Tyler Perryisms, and just the overall ridiculousness of their relationship, they're starting to get on my goddamn nerves, okay? So he's telling her to turn the car off, and she's sitting there, she's so scared, and it's broad daylight. Broad daylight. He ain't showed you no gun. He ain't showed you no knife. Nothing like that. You don't even realize, you don't know, you got a good idea that he killed Ramsey. You have a good idea that he killed Ramsey, but you don't know how. So how you're so afraid, it's just beyond me. I mean, if I don't see no gun, no knife, it's broad daylight. I've been talking some major shit. Okay? Major shit. You got keys in your hand. Nobody, I mean, you've been a woman forever. Ain't nobody never taught you nothing? Nobody ever taught you put the keys in between your fingers and punch the fuck out of them in the face? Nobody taught you that. Where's your club? Because see, I always got my club right there on the side. Would fuck him up with that club, baby. How he reached over there and grabbed her down in her neck and pushed her down in the seat. You right down there to grab your club. Baby, I'd have came up and gave him clap. I'll fuck Travis up. He would not just be playing crazy and just keep fucking me up and I'm running around all scared. That's some bullshit. Anyway, so they're doing all this. Then they go so deep, he tells her to turn the car off. She turns the car off and then makes this futile attempt to get out of the car. And he yanked her by her motherfucking neck and drug her all the way into the back seat. Really? And then we see you got heels on too. Drag me in the back seat with some heels on. And I bet I'll show you what my size 10 do. Drag me on back there. Me, you, 4 inches of heel, we get ready to do something real interesting. And it's going to be hard to explain, honey, to your friends when I let you go. Trust me. A mess. So they're just on my last nerve. But he got her back there. Then the next thing I know, he goes from being so upset with her and wanting to choke her out to then he decided that he wanted to finger her pussy a little bit. I said, up! He goes, what is this? What is this? Because he got her back there and she got a dress on, so her dress done hiked up. And what is this? You know what it is. He couldn't resist the black box, honey. He wanted to play with the black box. And then that's when she's, oh, no. I didn't understand that. Now you're ready to fight. She bopped him one when he tried to steal some of the black box. Gordon already had it. So what's the big deal about that? He'd have been in there 900 billion times. I don't get it. Whatever. Anyway, I guess she wanted to, you're not going to take it. You only get it when I give it to you, I guess. But girl, you was going for everything else. See, because I've been pissed off about you breaking in my house, walking in my windows, and all that bullshit. We'd have had some problems with all that. You know, this you wanting to finger me? Yeah, whatever. He done fingered you before. No biggie. Anyway, moving on. Randall finally finds Miss Louise. Goes in there. She's so happy to see him. Of course, That helped with her blood pressure, to see that he was actually okay. He's walking around. He ain't all fucked up too much, and all of that. She was cool. But then he got in there, baby, and 5 seconds after he got in there, she was like, child, was it a good thing that you got away, honey? He was talking about it ain't over. Um, he was going on and on and on. She basically told him Marcy is the reason you're still living. Marcy's the one that actually did the phone call and they got everything moving so that the FBI could get there. He didn't want to believe none of that. He's mad at Marcy. He's mad at Alex. He's telling her his mother, fuck that. I'm going to get them all back. And she told him, you need to let this go, or I'm going to end up having a funeral. If you don't let this go, you're like, well, maybe you will, because it's just starting. And she sees herself that he just she has a complete asshole on her hands. And he's still trying to take this girl's baby. And he's like, my son, your grandson. At this point, she's like, child, that baby, that baby bring too much drama. Nobody got time. So let's go past that. Marcy is in with the doctor. Now, this is where there's a little issue for me because I've lost my footing as far as how long things have taken. We're in Tyler Perry land, but I don't know where we are in Tyler Perry land. I don't know, are we over with the poisonous mushrooms, or are we over here with the, weed enhanced dandelions? I don't know where we are in Tyler Perry land. And she's a couple months pregnant. The doctor's picking up right away. She's like, you don't seem happy. And after you've gone through all of the fibroid tumor surgery and all that, it worked. And she didn't tell the doctor the thing that, that changed from where she was trying, she had the surgery and she's trying to get pregnant. The thing that changed is that she got a new dick. That she didn't share that, because that does change the dynamics when you switch cocks. It kind of changes the dynamics a little bit. And yeah. And not only that, I mean, you was laying up underneath a man that really was just screwing you for sport, and then you actually laid up underneath a man that was screwing you with a purpose. I'm leaving this alone because I'm ready to go. I'm leaving that alone. Anyway, so a change in penis is what has changed everything, but she didn't tell the doctor that. But I was feeling like this whole scene where Tyler's on his Phaedra Parks, where we don't know what the timing is, we don't know what the real due date is, and we just fucking gonna wing it. Everybody knows that that's the Phaedra Parksism. Anyway, so moving on. So next we got Marcy and Brad actually get together, and now this is all confusing because Brad is in a state of confusion. He don't know how to feel. Okay, his real true feelings about how much he actually still loves his wife, and how there is a piece of him that is going to be able to ultimately accept the baby because you went and saved the baby's life. And that just shows the humanity in him as a whole. But it's all there. Everything's there. At some point, he up in his psyche is thinking, he's going to be able to forgive Alex and they're going to be able to move on at some point. So he got that little thing going on. Now you got Marcy over there. Everybody knows once you get a taste of the black box, you can't just turn away and walk away. And she lived next door too. The first time Brad slid up in Marcy, honey, in that succulent black box, honey, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It's just like crack. You're going to always want some more of it. Hey, I didn't make up the rules. It just is what it is. So he got that going on. Now Marcy's singing another tune. Now she is telling him that she's in love with him. And he's kind of trying to turn her off and telling her, no. And then she's feeling rejected and feeling bad. But you know what, Marcy? I can't really feel bad for you because you did the same thing to him. When he was pouring his bleeding heart to you, you told Leona Lewis to stop that damn singing, and you didn't want to hear that and kept trying to send him back to Alex. Now you singing a whole different tune. So I don't know what's going on. And they both admitted that they love their mates, but they actually love each other too. It's all a mess. Everything is just a mess. It's a bunch of conflama at this point. Anyway, moving on. So let's talk about Natalie and Joey and Lucian and Fawn. We finally found out Fawn's fine. She just literally got grazed by 2 bullets. She done went on home. They're like, okay, everything's cool. He's coming along real good. Again, I don't know how much time has actually gone by. Surely not enough time has gone by for this piece to have moved on as far as it has, but we're going to go ahead and live in Tyler Perry land. Natalie ends up having to tell Lucia, she said, we got to get on. We need to go ahead and move. He's like, when? She's like, yesterday, because I kind of had a conversation with the landlord, and I can't stand him. He don't never do like he's supposed to do and all that, and he didn't already rented out the apartment. And Lucia's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I had told him to kiss my ass. So he kissed my ass to shove the apartment up his, and so we need to be moving like yesterday. So Lucia's like, okay, no problem. Now, meanwhile, Lucian doesn't know that Ramsey died in the house yet. See, that's what I'm saying. How much time has gone by, and how did he not hear that? Like, that's major. There's a murder. He hadn't heard it yet, but whatever. So as soon as he heard it, he actually had contacted Kelly. And I'm going to have to backtrack over there with Kelly. But he had contacted Kelly, and he basically asked Kelly, because she was like, she just got out of the whole thing with Travis, and I'll go back to that. But she was telling him how to, he asked her not to share with Natalie that Ramsey had succumbed to the moonlight inside the house. And so she was like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. I can do that. That's no problem. And he kept asking her, are you okay, Kelly? Are you all right? She's like, I'm fine. Now, let me go back over here and backpedal. Pussy pop on back over here to Kelly and Travis. So they're in the back seat. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He finally decides to let up off of her, and he just gets out of the car, and he goes. And then he goes and stands across the street. And I thought she was going to do, front tire, back tire, but she didn't. She pulled off and went on to the school, and the little science project was all tore up. But he is just way too bold. So that's, I can't with them. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so let's talk about that fine-ass Officer Rick. Officer Rick has actually started talking to Esperanza, and he's asking Esperanza basically about Kelly. And then he actually questioned Lucian. He's trying to get a character vibe for who Kelly really is. By this time, that goddamn Travis had come back down to the police station and was now filing PFAs on Kelly. Kelly pissed around, played around, and has never filed her papers. So now it's looking like her filing the PFA is going to be like a retaliation because he'll have filed his first. And Rick ain't buying into his shit. Esperanza first was giving Rick a hard time, but then she was like, he's lying. He is lying on Kelly. Lucian told him, he's like, Kelly's not a crazy girl. She's a good girl. But Rick he never actually told Lucian all of what was going on with old boy and Kelly. They end up going over into the conversation of Ramsey died in the house and that whole 9 yards. So I'm like, damn it, y'all kill me when all the information ain't being divulged to the right people. Because Lucian needs to know. Because, Lucian will knock Travis's motherfucking head off. He really, really will. And I will be so here for that. So we're going to take that and we're going to hold on to that. Though I think that the final, and I'm putting this out there, I think that the final showdown with Travis, because Travis, I believe, is going to be killed off the show. Travis is not going to go to jail. Travis is not, it ain't going to be that. Somebody's going to kill him. He got to leave. And he's caused too much anguish, too much pain, too much angst. He has to go. And he has to go in a violent way because karma, if nothing else, says he has to die. And it's going to be either Rick that takes him out or Lucian. Because if Kelly was going to do it, that bitch would have already done it. She's a clown. And her acting is too bad to even carry a scene off at this point. So I think it's going to be Rick or Lucian that ends up taking Travis out. Yeah, I think so. But wouldn't it be something? No, you know what would be really good? If Justice had to take out motherfucking Travis. That would be the shit. Now, let me do it. That motherfucking Justice would blow his head off. And oh, that would be so good. The whole turmoil between thinking that he's a good guy and then realize that he really is not a good guy and that he's fucking with your mom and then having to blow that motherfucking child, split his head to the white meat, that would be some good shit. But anyway, hey, Tyler. Anyway, moving on. You don't have to start asking for a check around this motherfucker too. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so let's go to this little situation with Steven and Lucian and Eddie. Now, all three of them are in the office together. Before, and again, I'm telling you, Steven just seems a little weird to me. Because he's playing this game back and forth with Eddie and telling Eddie, he's trying to manipulate Eddie into setting up the Escada family. Of course, you know, Eddie is scared of old nutball Jack, so he's like, I ain't trying to do all that. That's bullshit. That ain't going to work. You try to do too much, this, that, and the other. So he's doing all that. Comes back in. He sends for Lucian to come in. And he's like, here, I have this stuff, this report about Eddie's whereabouts. And, you know, the whole thing with Andrew, that when Eddie got on the scene, the window was shot out and Andrew was nowhere to be found. Lucian was like, I am not signing that. I am not. So he blurts out some more, you know, Eddie blurts out some more shit about he's FBI, this, that, and the other. And the goofballs telling him, Steven's like, no, he's not. This, that, and the other. Lucian's like so over the whole shit. He's like, well, know that I'm not signing that. I ain't for the bullshit. You're an idiot. You know more about where Andrew is. And we're going to find out. It's going to come out. Everything that you're doing is going to come out. And that's that. It is what it is. So then he had the nerve to say some shit about Natalie and the kids and something. And then Lucian just got furious and told him, if you mention my family and you threaten my family, I will shoot your ass again right now. Right here, I will shoot the shit out of you. And Eddie's like, you see that? He said, yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. I'll shoot the shit out of your motherfucking ass. I said, okay. Very much Catherine Cryer style. I said, fuck him up. So they went through that little thing. He told Lucian, Steve told Lucian, go, get on out of here. For shit get ugly. And then that Steven said, he was telling Eddie, don't worry about Lucian. I'm going to take care of him. We're going to get everything together. Trust me. Everything going to go the way I want it to go. He's going to be fired or stuck to a damn desk job if he don't be killed. So I can't say that I don't believe that there's some, there's some truth to every part of a little joke. And it ain't going to happen that way, but I believe Steven thinks it's going to really happen that way. I don't trust that Steven at all. And I can't wait because I think Lucian's going to fuck him up too. So, and I'm here for that. I'll be so here for him to split his head to the white meat because I just don't think he's everything he claims that he is. Moving on. So the next thing, we see Eddie still playing with Lucian. Eddie keeps playing with Lucian. He's going to get fucked up. Come out of that office and then went over there, sat at the desk and going to stare Lucian down. And I'm like, this is ridiculous because Steven is in this hierarchy position. You see this antagonizing and all this kind of stuff going on, and you see him pushing him, and you just don't say nothing about it. You just act like it ain't going. He's going to fuck him up. I would already been fucked him up. That's why I don't need to have no guns around me or knives. Because, see, I don't have the stick-to-itness that Lucian. I would be to cut his motherfucking head off Jason Voorhees style. You hear me? He'd be doing some of that talking, honey, and when you looked around, I'd be the honey, and be walking on down the hall, honey. His head be laying on the desk. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with Eddie? Fucking bitch. Anyway, moving on. Randall and Alex. So they're in the office with the lawyers and all, with the lawyer and the judge. And Alex gets there, and Randall was pissed that she even made it. They asked her, does she have anybody to represent her? She says no. So they end up going back and forth, and Randall's lawyer was ready to try to just bombard her, and the judge was like, no, this is not no formal hearing. We are in my quarters. I just want to hear from the parents. So the judge is actually asking questions, and they're explaining the story, and Randall's more explaining about, and he's asking questions like, well, so your parents got killed in front of you? Yes. They kidnapped your baby? Yes. How did that happen? Well, I was in the backyard. I came back. My baby was gone. Okay. And then they threw the baby in the swamp that's infested with alligators. Yes. So he went right into this whole thing of telling her, and I'm waiting for her to tell the story. He's like, why would you think that I would think that this baby is safe in your care? She's like, that my baby is safe with his other two siblings. Is safe. Well, didn't your husband pull a gun on Randall and shot at him? And then you got the baby by Randall. So again, you want me to believe that this baby is going to be safe in your care. And then he went on to telling her, no. And I'm like, Alex, and I had an angst going. I wanted to choke her. I'm like, if you don't hurry up and tell this judge, all of that went on is fine, but my husband is the one that saved the motherfucking baby. My husband jumped in the fucking lake with the gators and got the fucking baby while the baby's daddy stood on the shore. Why are we here? So she finally ended up getting that out, said, my husband is the one that saved the baby's life. The judge still looked at her and was like, oh, when I looked at this report, I thought this was all a fairy tale. You've got to be kidding me. I have no other choice but to go with the paternal father. Baby, and that's when the motherfucking oops took place. I said, come on through, motherfucking Alex, bitch. That bitch stood. She said, well, wait a minute. He's not the baby's biological father. I said, well, good motherfucking evening. That motherfucking Randall, you could have bought him for a pop bottle already spent. I said, Lord have mercy. So that's where we actually ended up. Now that right there, that was some good shit, Tyler. Oh, that Alex, she ain't nothing but a goddamn tramp. Oh, God love her, honey. Anyway, so that's where we ended. I'll see y'all next week. Oops.